Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Hi, Lance. Good evening, Stooge. Good evening, Lance. Good evening, everybody. Hi there. Hi, Dovey Love. We are live. It's underground. 11:05 p.m. UK time. We're going to delve deep into the looking glass and see what's going on. How's everybody tonight? Hi Jackie. How are you all doing? I think we're live on all three platforms. It's strange at the moment, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Lance. Just a bit of makeup. Just a bit of clout on my face, that's all. Wash my hair and put a bit of makeup on and Bob's your uncle, you're ready to go. Believe you me, I do not look like this first thing in the morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jill Cox. And I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody out there globally. And it's Palm Sunday, isn't it? Happy Palm Sunday to all Christians out there. Hello in Quebec. Hello there in Hawaii. Hi, Anna. Well, it's crazy times. Oh, Lance is such a gentleman. Is that because he's a Democrat? Maybe. How are you all doing? No, Lance is just a gentleman. Greetings to everybody. Good morning in Brisbane. You're Walker Holties in the middle of buying a house. Wow. Hi, Georgette. Do you like my top? I just nicked this off Georgette today. Georgette Heslop is my lovely daughter-in-law. We've had a lovely day today, haven't we, Lammy? I call her Lammy. The reason why I call her Lammy is because she's so beautiful. She's got long blonde hair, and when I first met her, she used to wear the false eyelashes, and she looked like Lamb Chop. Do you remember the puppet called Lamb Chop? I'm showing my age, so I call her Lammy. So we had a nice shopping spree today, didn't we, Lammy? Lamb Chop, yeah, Sherry Lewis. Thatcher got married yesterday. Well, Margaret Thatcher's passed away. Which Thatcher are you on about? Yes, Lammy got plants. She's into plants, aren't you? And all the natural stuff. And the little one's grown all sorts of vegetables. So we've been plant shopping. And it's been pretty good. Then Lammy had to defrost my mother's freezer, which was hilarious. Because the new ones you don't have to defrost. And we've told her that she needs a new freezer. I mean, I don't know how old our fridge freezer is. How old is it, Lammy? It's older than Luke, isn't it? And she won't have it. You know what older people are like. And then she broke it because she was chipping away, and then it made like this bang noise, didn't it? And then this boof of gas came out the back of our freezer. It was hilarious. Yes, according to my mother, old fridges are made better, but not when Lamb Chop goes near them with a chisel to defrost it. You call Marion Mounsey and the audience calls all her grandchildren Lamb Chops. Isn't that funny? You should have come on Thursday night, Lammy, because we were doing personal. We're going to delve deep down tonight, and we're going to be doing world predictions. Oh yeah, I think it's about 34 years old. She got it before Luke was born. Definitely. Or is it 30? You might be right. It might be 33 years old. I think Lance knows more what's going on in my mother's house than I do. Okay, where's my cards? Hiya, David, and good evening to all the moderators. Oh, it was pretty good, Lance. We had a few phone-ins. Bit rocky to start with, but we got going with it. Just for us to get used to back to disco, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy times at the minute. It's very heavy. It's very, very heavy with all the shenanigans going on and everything. So I'm going to look into what's going on in America. I've had a few emails from a lovely lady, one of my lovely followers and clients. She's been worried about, does she have to move out of the USA? And I says, I don't feel so. I says, but I will look into for all USA residents if they're worried about that type of thing. I've been asked to look into Africa, parts of South Africa, because people are worried over there. Canada again. Australia. The UK is very, very heavy at the moment. And I've just been watching, excuse me, let's go drink a coffee. I've just been watching a guy called UK Prepper. He's on, I think he's called UK Prepper. I'll check in a minute. But he's an ex-soldier, an ex-squaddy. And he said that on St. George's Day, which is the 23rd of April. And obviously, you know, I do astrology as well. And you'll be getting your astrologies next week as well. Because I'm running a bit late with that for April. That there's going to be an emergency announcement. They're testing the phones for the UK lot, for the Brits. And he said that he thinks it's dodgy. So I'm going to look into that. Obviously, if you turn your phone off, you won't get it. But apparently all iPhones, which are 4G and 5G, will get like a loud siren. Now, I don't know if you think it's a bit strange that, you know, an old person or somebody bad with their nerves getting a loud siren isn't good, is it? I just think they're up to something, so we're going to look into that. And we're just going to go with the flow and see what comes of the evening. And I hope you're all keeping well, because it's been a strange old week, isn't it? I'll just get everything straight on here. It's rough all over, isn't it? Yeah, it sort of slowly unfolds. Now, what I did do, and I just did it yesterday, I believe, I had done an old recording, and you can check it out. It's on my Facebook business page on Facebook. And it was a channel of Shoreland. It was back in 2017. I did post it again in 2021. And Shola was talking about Stormy Daniels and Putin and Trump and all sorts of other people. And I put it out, and if you're interested, check it out. Very, very strange, because obviously the Stormy Daniel things had kicked off back then, but it kicked off again. And it sort of makes sense now with this channel and what's coming out now. So it's very, very strange. Apparently as well, on the 1st of April, it's going to go digital. So I'm going to look into that, to do with the banking system in the USA. So I'm going to look into that as well. To do with the Federal Reserves and all of that. Happy Palm Sunday. But before I start, I'm going to see we've got 378 in. Oh, I feel all skew with tonight. Right, where's my ding-a-ling? Give us 2 minutes, guys. Because it bounced last night. I was doing something and it bounced in the corner. It's got a life of its own, this. I'm going to go and get the other one because I've got two. Give me 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. tell you the name of that guy. When I was watching. I'm never prepared, I just come on raw. Give us 2 minutes. Right, wait a second. Why is it not? All right. He's called Funky Prepper. That's his channel, so check him out. And he's just recently put this UK emergency alert. What's supposed to be on St. George's Day, which I believe is the 23rd of April. But I do the astrology and I feel that there's something huge about to happen around about that time. So I'm going to look into the 23rd of April. I'm going to look into that. So what else was I going to do? Somebody else that I wanted to make an announcement, because we're like a little family group on here, aren't we? Right, I know a lovely lady. I've done a reading for her. She's a follower and a friend, and she's called Marina Bolt. That's it, Marina Bolt. She's on here on Twitch, and she lost a lovely dog, Cooper, a few days ago, and I just want to send condolences out, because I know how it feels when you lose your animals, and it's been a very sad time. So Cooper was suffering, but she managed to keep him for a few more weeks. So I just want to send healing and blessings out to her for the loss of Cooper, bless him. And he's gone over the Rainbow Bridge, bless him, because all animals go over to spirit as well. All right. Okay, so if you're getting commercials on Twitch, if you subscribe, you'll get all the perks and you'll not get that. And if you subscribe through Amazon, I think it's free, but I would check it out. Amazon Prime. Yeah, poor Cooper, bless him. But he's with these other brothers over there in spirit now. Right, now I've got the 2. I felt I needed to do the 2 tonight because I feel we're dealing with 2 different timelines. And something said, Jed said, get the 2 bells. You can ring my bell, ring my bell. You've got to keep upbeat. You've got to keep upbeat. It's all about frequencies and energies. So, and I'm going to look into the storms and everything what's going on. So I'm going to try my best tonight. And before we start, I do a prayer. And this is for everybody. It's for everybody in this circle. It's a bit like being in a spiritualist church. So if anybody hasn't been to a spiritualist church, it just means that we say a prayer before the spirits come through, and it just makes it safe. But also I'm going to do it for healing for anybody in the audience. So if anybody needs healing, or they're worried about anybody or anything, you can write the name of the person or the animal or anything, and they will receive healing. This is timeless healing. Okay. Excuse me. I always sound croaky when I come on here, don't I? Us psychics, we talk and talk and talk all the time. Okay. Hiya, Debbie. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Right. So it's everybody who's on Facebook. I've had an input of, have you banned them? Debbie, you can ban them as well. You can ban them on the page. I've had an input of strange scammers coming on my live, trying to hijack followers when they're commenting on the live. Have you banned them, Debbie? You just click on the right and it bans them. Yes, thank you. So I've got thumbs up to 2 moderators that I've got Brenda, my lovely friend Brenda, who's in Leamington, just down the road from me. And I've got Debbie over in Texas. So thumbs up to all my lovely moderators, everybody on YouTube and everywhere. Thank you for keeping these forums safe, because it's been making people in Facebook feel a bit uncomfortable, and we can't be having that. So this is to keep negativity away from our circle tonight. And I'm going to invoke all the angels in. So sit back and relax. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I keep these, aren't they? My dad got us them. Everything that I've got, what I've received, it's always come in handy for something. Okay. I ask all my spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Ra, Lady Direwolf, Star, and A to I, and White Buffalo, and Jed. Grateful Jed. Okay, let's begin. Our circle is closed. We are in a lovely, beautiful circle of light tonight. And we are going to delve in to the looking glass. Now remember, I'm a scryer, so you can't ask the bold questions. So I'm going to give off my visions first, and I'm going to pull cards out. All right, I'm going to try and get around everywhere I can for the next couple of hours. So if you need healing, just write your names in the comments of the section afterwards as well, and you'll receive healing from the angels. Okay. Times are so tough, aren't they, guys? And I've been saying this for a while. 2023 is about the fight of the fittest. And we're facing, it's like we're looking on screen, and it's like we feel like we're in some sort of bad movie. It's all sort of like, it's all starting to implode. It's all starting to come together. And as you know, we've recently had the recent Andrew Tate is just with his brother. The Tate brothers have just left prison in Romania. And it's, I want to say, it doesn't matter if you love him or you hate him. But I did say this a little while ago as well, that even celebrities and people who are like in the public eye, they are not, nobody's escaping this ascension. So no matter what you think of Andrew Tate, he's come out holding the Quran, you know, it's good for him. And he feels like he's been looking within. So he does look, I mean, obviously he looks different, you know what I mean? But I think this will change him. Sometimes some people have to be knocked down to come up stronger. But thank God, because there was a bit of a dark timeline where he might not have got out. And I had a feeling that he would be fine. But yeah, I think there'll be many tales and podcasts on that. But maybe this will make him a more spiritual person. So that's good, isn't it? Because what he was doing before, you know, there was a controversy in that. But I mean, it was all show and glam and all, you know. And maybe this will make him different. Everyone's going through their ascension in different ways. What's his claim to fame? He's a social media, well, he's either loved or he's hated, but it was a lot for young men, yeah, for sort of like a public speaker. If you just Google it, you'll get it up. But he was showing off, you know, as young men do. Some young men do anyway. Some women do as well. But obviously he's had a knock and he's come out a lot more spiritual. So watch for big podcasts there on stuff. Yeah. So hopefully he might settle down and change his life a bit. But I don't feel, he's an ex-fighter boxer, yeah. So he was, grew up in Luton, which is in London, Luton. And then went on to bigger things, do you know what I mean? Became a multi-billionaire. But he's an ex-fighter. So he was like doing podcasts for young men on helping them with their mental health and stuff like that. But then, it got caught up in where he was accused of sex trafficking and all of that type of thing. But there was something about you're innocent until proven guilty, and they shouldn't have locked him up. Do you know what I mean? They didn't have enough evidence to lock him up for, was it 90 days they had him locked up for? But he's out and it's changed him. So watch for big podcasts coming with him soon. Okay. So nobody is immune to this ascension. Everybody has their ascension in different ways. So maybe he had to go in there to find God or something. I really don't know. It's kickboxing, wasn't it? He was into, or was it proper boxing? I don't know if I've got any young ones in the audience who would know. Okay. Right, so it doesn't look very good at the minute. It's like the calm before the storm, guys, at the moment. I think that we're going to have a lot of activity this April. I really, really do. And from political to everything going on, I mean, we're going into May, aren't we? We're going to be having the coronation. And it doesn't look good for Harry at the moment. I mean, court situations and stuff like that. I am a little bit worried. The ball's shown us that there's a lot of problems coming in for Harry. A lot of problems. And I believe Meghan Markle's lost her case recently, but don't quote, is something with a lawsuit she's going through as well. So, but he's been in court, hasn't he? To do with these, whatever's going on with the visa or whatever. So I'm expecting there's going to be huge news, and it's going to be clumped together 2 to 3 weeks before. Then he said before the election. There, 2 to 3 weeks before the coronation. It's going to be big news, big news, big news. It's like boom, boom, boom. That's what's coming out. So, it's important that we don't get caught up on it, but at the same time, we're going to be witnessing it. It's all 3D stuff, what's happening. Because, like I've been saying this for a while, the old system's falling and the new system is building. Something's definitely going on with the federal bank here, and I definitely feel that this change is coming in, and it's definitely from the 1st of April. I definitely see that. See, I think we're practically digital over here anyway. I really, really do. And yeah, that's their agenda. They want to phase out the money, but I think it'll take a long, long time for that to phase out. But as something's going on with the bank, I'm seeing a crash. I'm seeing something about a change in the market there. But I still feel crypto is going to be moving forward into the future. I'm still seeing 2 signs here. There's something coming about the ruble as well. So it's been a money economic war. And I've said this all the way along. People wouldn't have it. It's definitely been all about the money, the gold, the ruble. And as you know, we only get half of the tail, what's coming out. What's he up to? Crimea. I don't think he's going to stop, I think he's going to go into another place. But as I look at Putin, I sort of see him standing there with old documents. And it's got something that goes back to World War II or after that, which claims he has the right. But this is what my ball's shown is. But he doesn't claim to have the right to invade, but he thinks this has got something to do with fuel and money. There is a little bit of a worry here, and I'm seeing a red and white flag. A red and white flag. So possibly, is that Poland? No, it's not Poland. I'm going into Europe and there's going to be some worry there. And I'm seeing Germany making an announcement. Sometimes when I look on in this crystal ball, I could be looking a few years down the line, but I would say definitely within the 8 to 18 months, there's so much change coming in. It's unbelievable. I definitely feel we need to prep, guys. So my understanding is, which I will look in the cards soon, do they know something we don't? Are they up to something? I feel they're up to something. But I just get something about when we need to stay vigilant, and it's around about the 23rd of April. 23rd, 24th of April. Now, I'm not saying anything bad's going to happen, but it could be we could have big news by then. We need to prep. We definitely need to prep. Railway communication and airlines problems. I want you to remember that. Remember, I'm a scryer, so these are visions I'm seeing. Yeah. There's a few countries he's going to go after. And I'm quite concerned about troops moving in there. Yeah. So this emergency alert, what they're going to plan on with the 4G and the 5G iPhones, which the council, by the way, this is fact. You'd have to watch that lad I've told you about, Funky Prepper. Apparently it was the councils have announced it. I think it's got something, it's like it's the planning and prepping in case something happens. So if there was like any cyber attacks or anything like that, communication lines, that type of thing, we need to like prep. You know, I've been saying this since 2017, and I'm not saying this to fearmonger people, but I just think we need to prep. It's very important. Because they're showing us toilet rolls again. Do you remember the last time with all the hoo-ha and everybody was running out getting toilet rolls? But it's like we need to prep. This is what I'm being shown. But I'm getting communication lines here and problems. A lot of storms coming in. And I know the US has been having problems with storms, haven't they? They'll be on all the Android phones as well, right? I'm going to ask the cards if it'll be global or if it's just going to be the UK. But they're testing it. Apparently they're testing it then. Okay, remember everything I'm telling you is I'm scryer. So it's the visions that I see. Anything that I state is true will be fact. I don't make stuff up. I'll tell you what I get. Do you know what I mean? And that's for entertainment purposes only, if you know what I mean. Okay.
This huge change coming into Australia. There's going to be a block of trade, right? There's 2 different timelines here. This is going to be a woo-woo one tonight, guys. There's 2 different timelines. And this all depends. I know this sounds really crazy what I'm saying. This all depends I want to see what happens to Trump. What happens to Trump could cause a catapult effect, which could cause disharmony in the US. So I'll go down that timeline in a minute. But is it that? No, it's more to do with Russia and Europe, which could cause problems with China, with trade. But which, if that happens, there's going to be blocked ships and seas, which I feel this could happen. But it's going to switch Australia into making a decision, and it could be a temporary decision, and UK could do this as well, but it could actually work. So sometimes negative things happen to bring positive things in. Right, so remember that. Yeah, like cargo ships. That's what I'm saying, like cargo ships. You know, like trade, that type of thing. So at the minute, I mean, we all share different trade from different countries, don't we? I got some grapes, red grapes, I like them. They're coming from South Africa and that type of thing, you know, trade's coming in from all over. And I would presume, I know there's been a trade deal made, is it New Zealand or Australia with the UK? I think it's New Zealand. But Australia as well. But China trades all over. So if there's going to be a problem with Europe, there could be a problem with China, with Australia. That's what I'm being shown here. Okay. But remember, I've said this, after the Brexit, we're going to fall, it's going to change, and it'll bring in a new system after a global event. I said this. So I'm not saying we're going to go into full-scale WW123. I don't mean that. But there could be like a close feeling of it, or there could be worry with like cyber, stuff like that. Power outages, that type of thing. And this is why our gas went up. This is why everything changed. There will be some problem with some big world banks, but not all. There's definitely a switch into digital here. I get the letter M. Round about the time there's big news, I don't know if it's to do with a bank or it's to do with a person, like a well-known person. When there's big news of the bank, there's going to be big news of the letter M. And also the letter A. This could go on for a few years, this, guys, and I could be looking into 2025 even here. Big news of the letter A when there's change in office in America. Change of presidency. Big news of the letter A. I'm getting the colour green tonight. But that's the plan, you see. They want to make the planet more green. Which is good. Save the planet, all of that. See troops and see. Right, so the Crimea, they're giving us that again. The ball show me that there's going to be, this is awful, this, and I've got to give you it, right? Because there's different timelines and things can change. But the ball show me that They're giving us the word invasion, and they're showing me that the UK and America troops will go in. But there's also something funny going on over in Iran as well. And I've been saying this for a while, like there'll be two things going off at the same time. And then troops will turn and go in the opposite direction. Because it's all connected. It's all connected. You know how I've just seen in this crystal ball, bounce out of the crystal ball? Oh, what's it called? Is it Richard Branson? I've just seen him with a plane and I don't know why. So I don't know if there's going to be some big news with him round about all this happens. Doesn't mean it's bad news. It's just I'm getting big news. Announcements, big news. Okay. Into the future, where there'll be this new trade and this new bridge of economy, Africa's going to be at the centre of this, you know. There's been a lot of corruption going on in Africa, and I still feel we're going to get some crazy weather, crazy weather this summer. So where we've had a lot of horrible snowstorms, well, America took it badly, didn't they? Where was it in America where they took it really badly? Africa could have some, I'm getting burning fires, overheat. Also getting Saudi Arabia again. Manipulation of weather conditions, and I've been saying this for a while, it's like Earth's going into menopause, where the technology can be used for good, it can also be used for bad. Stalling the natural balance, that's what my guides are saying here. And then it stalls the natural balance, so then they can disrupt it, so then they can manipulate it. But I'm not saying this in a bad way. This is what they're shown as, what there's good people, there's good scientists, you know, they're not all bad. But there's something going on where they're manipulating to change something to, they know something we do not know. And it's got something to do with prolonging the planet. But there's going to be a new way of growing food into the future. And it's going to be healthier for the human body. Weather manipulation is not good. There is bad done with it as well. So what I'm saying to you, the technology they've got, the good guys have got it and the bad guys have got it, Amy. That's what I'm saying. Right? So you can't eradicate all the negative of bad people off the planet, because that would just be la la land, and life's not like that. All right? But there's been a natural imbalancement. But what I'm saying is that the good guys have the technology as well, and they're changing something so they're fiddling on with something with the technology we do not know. I'm telling you that now. Right? There's something they're doing. It's a bit like, you know, when you put a woman into menopause so they can create a baby, because they're doing, that's the only way I can describe it, they're doing that with the weather, or this is the good guys, they're doing something. It'll all come out. It will all come out within 10 years when I'm on about. Not even 10 years. Right, so there's a lot of chaos, as you know, going on in the US at the moment. My good God. It's not giving us anything at the minute. They're showing us a camel. Big news coming in from Saudi Arabia, and then I'm seeing Biden's face. So there's more deals being made there. Scandals to come out. There's scandals to come out. It's going to be very ping pong, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. So this indictment, I really don't think that it's going to like imprison him or anything like that. He could still try and run again, to be fair. But there's a big twist with this, and I'm sure I said this in one of my last world predictions or a little while back, might have been on Twitch, that all this hype at the end of it is going to come to nothing. All this hype, and then it's all just stops. Now think about this, right? Why would it all of a sudden just stop? Because believe you me, if Trump got his own way and it all got dropped, it still wouldn't stop. It still wouldn't stop. So why would I get that? Let me pull some cards out. Oh yeah. Yeah, Julie Brett. I think politics, don't trust Donna. I think it's on both sides, isn't it? I'm always hungry. I have eaten today. They're not going to imprison him. But I don't know which way the law is, but I would have thought that it might not even stop him going forward to try and run again. I'll have a look. But why would I think it would just suddenly stop? All this hype's going to come to nothing and it's going to suddenly stop. Fate's going to take over this one, like, guys. So all this squabbling what's been going on, it's a disruption. God, my tummy time sound. It's always when I'm talking, you know. Again, two different timelines. So even though you've got bad players, good players, it's a gathering, and it's a gathering around a courtroom. And I'm sort of seeing like lots, it's like a vision I'm seeing, and I'm seeing like lots of different people, paparazzi there, clicking the cameras. But there's going to be some worry. And I feel like I need to put like a cloak of protection around him. As I'm saying that, don't know where I'm getting that, but I feel like I need to put... It's like Mother Mary's putting like a cloak of protection around him. So is the danger, because I've got... Something's inevitable. Something's not good. But it's not the first meeting, it's the second meeting. This is a vision I'm seeing. It's a vision I'm seeing. Got the Lovers. So there's some huge news to come out there. So no, I don't feel he's going to go to prison. Well, I don't see it at the moment. You know what I mean? The Star card. It's like she's falling, she's rising again. And that's the Statue of Liberty. It always reminds us of like the Statue of Liberty. But the Star card is saying it's getting worse before it gets better. But all of this, what's going on, there's bigger things going on, guys, behind the scenes there, look. Bigger things happening. The balance of Earth and everything. The cosmos. Putting back into the Earth because we're being taken too much out. The old system wasn't working. So in our worlds, before all of this chaos, since we've had this awakening and started this ascension, and everyone who follows me or into politics and that, go back to when it was all peaceful and skipping through the daisy fields and life was good. It may have been good for you or me, but it wasn't good for all of humanity, with the starving on the streets and the starving children in Africa and that, there's been too much imbalancement, too much bad stuff. So to get that, you've got to abolish, and then it changes. This happens every thousand of years. So when people are asking about Canada and they're asking about, it comes all hand in hand, because I believe whatever takes place in America, I need to do 2 timeline spreads, could affect Canada, which could change the flag. Or it's got something to do with Europe, and I don't know why I would say that. Actually, Canada's connected with the UK, isn't it? Just slightly change the flag. I am seeing people in Canada like queuing with the holes in the walls and that, but that doesn't mean they're getting their money stopped. I don't mean that. It could be something to do with the system goes down for 24, 48 hours, cyber attack, power outages. It could be something like that where we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to watch. So I always say that try to have some cash in the house if you can. A couple of weeks of food, even couple of months of food is really good if you can afford it. I know everybody can't do that. Yeah, there's been too much greed and poverty, hasn't there? Too much greed and poverty. But again, going back to all these politicians, which are all fighting on and trying to make decisions, they're very rich people, billionaires. Look at our leader in the UK, they're billionaires. You know what I mean? So when they're giving off their announcements and telling them what to do, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I just think it's just, there's no word without me start swearing. There's no word, you know what I mean? What did he say once, Rishi Sunak? Make sure that you cut your cost, or cut your cloth or something. Cut your cloth. Watch your pennies. Has he got a damn cheek? You know what I mean? People are on the breadline, man. Do you know what I mean? Really annoys me, that Tory party. So things do need to change. I want to say a fixed system. It's very imbalanced. And without getting into stuff and start dragging stuff up, going back to elections and stuff like that, I sometimes wonder if it's been a global thing. It's just very imbalanced. So everything's going to change. Even voting is going to change into the future. Everything to do with the voting system is going to change. But we are living in very biblical times. And I don't mean that where the world's going to end. I just feel that the world is going to change. Our reality is going to change. But we are also playing a part of this. And it's very important that I say that, because we are the light keepers of earth. We are the light keepers of earth. And we've come back for karma. So when we're healing our own wounds, it helps the collective, which helps the whole damn thing, really, the whole thing. So it's not about getting angry, and we can get angry because we're human. We can get angry. I get angry every day. I'm always effing this and effing that, you know what I mean? That's me. I'm a Scorpio. I'm a gypsy. Do you know what I mean? I'm hot-blooded, you know what I mean? But it's not holding on to it, because remember, energy's flowing all the time. So it's about, when you hold on to it, that's what makes you sick. That's what makes you down. That's what causes negativity. So we can vent our spleen, get it off our chest, but not hold on to it. So we as a human race have been getting ourselves all wound up, getting our knickers in a twist, should we say, over the last couple of years, about all this drama, what's going on world screens, definitely to do with politics and that. And what you need to understand is that it's whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? But that's the media. the corporation. They want your loosh. They want it. They want it. And what we need to do is we need to step back, stand in our power, and push it away. Be around nature. We're all awakening from druids to warriors to ascended masters. We're all awakening. That's Trump. Let me get my coffee. I haven't received the soaps yet, no, Queen. I'll let you know. So he's upside down at the minute. He's not in a very good place, okay? I always have Trump as the... well, I just think that's him. The Knight of Cups. Let's pull some cards out on him. I'm the 18th of November. And I'm Libra rising. So I'll read both, Libra, Scorpio. I was supposed to be born on Halloween. But I came in on the 18th of November. I think back in the 60s, they just used to leave women to have them naturally. Now they don't leave women to have their babies naturally, do they? So... there's so much lies here. It's just, it's scandal after scandal after scandal. The Stormy thing, they can try, but I don't think it's going to get them anywhere, or it could backfire. But there is lies there. And there's lies from every angle, not just one angle. Georgia is where I'm getting a problem with him. They could get him on something to do with the Georgia thing, and I don't know why, but that's what I'm being given. But I'm getting three things that could get him on. And I'm getting something about his golf. One of his golf courses or golf club. I need to remember that. But we've got the Three of Cups here. So 3 days from now is interesting. Oh yeah, because they're going to be doing it on Tuesday, aren't they? So that would make sort of make sense, sort of, right? I just... lots of golf courses in Georgia. I know it's got something to do with one of Trump's golf courses. In a court case to do with Georgia, to do with one of his indictments. There's going to be a lot, okay? But this to me is like a political witch hunt, be it if you like him or you don't like him. To me, I'm stepping out the situation and looking in on it, and to me it looks very sort of, it's very political. But this is a lot of bad karma coming back on him as well. This is what I'm seeing. He's rubbed a lot of people up badly over the years. Long before he was president. And part of this cleanup and part of this ascension is everybody getting their karma. But there's 3 indictments here, main indictments. There'll be more, but I still don't think it's going to do anything. Do you know what I mean? Apart from not trying to stop him from running. But there'll be a twist with this. And it could backfire. So it's going to get really nasty. And this is a message for Republicans in the audience tonight. Because obviously Democrats aren't going to be wanting that. Do you know, they'll not be bothered. But this is for people who are supporting him. We've got the Ten of Swords and it's not good. It's going to get quite toxic. He always made some enemies, all right. He's far from perfect. He's definitely made some enemies. Because I'm going into New York, Manhattan, so God knows, you know, you're going back years, 90s, I don't know what was going on. But, yeah, so it's going to get very, very toxic next week. A lot of drama. There's going to be a lot of drama. But there's freedom there and there's something protecting him. There's something there protecting him. I've got the butterfly, the spirit, the growth. Because where you've got darkness, you've got light. It's tit for tat, it's ping pong because it's bad on both sides. That's what I'm being shown. But there's also going to be a lot of corruption coming out to do with a lot of threats. It might be people around him. Oh, do you like? I like that as well. Like Stonehenge in the background. And you know what else I'm getting as well? I'm getting Sorrento Moon. Sorrento Moon. That's June, isn't it? And I'm getting a very hippie feeling. Freedom. So this is going to go on. And I'm sure I said spring of 2023, could even go into 2024, is going to be the start of the most biggest political scandal to come out, okay? Because it's like they have to push him into the corner for it to spin around. That's what I'm being shown. And it could backfire on some people. It could backfire. It could backfire. That's what I'm being shown. It's like, you know, you shoot yourself in the foot type of thing. So if he's prevented from running again, there'll be a B plan and a C plan for him. Do you see what I mean? But he is getting on, and I'm concerned that he won't make it if he gets in, or something could happen. And it's not what I want, it's what I feel, and I've always gone on my feelings. So what I believe what America needs is a younger people in. Get rid of the oldies, I say. Bring the young people in. So whatever happens, even if he doesn't run, he'll do something else behind the scenes with somebody else. But I personally, that is also a feminine feeling. There again, we've got that's like the Statue of Liberty, but she's got no clothes on. But it's like she's stripped bare, even though that's the world card. And look at that. Is that like the oranges or the pumpkins? I'm sure I need glasses. Pumpkins, November. So I want to predict that this is the card for November 2024. Election day. Look at that. You've got the 4 archangels protecting America. But she will fall. It's got to be stripped bare like everything else is happening. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of mafia links. It all has to come out. So Teddy said, Cliff High said, Dem Party is going down. No, the Dem Party isn't going down. Definitely not. where you've got America, you'll always have Democrats. And where you've got America, you'll always have Republicans. There just needs to be a change. Maybe, unless he means there's a change of the oldies coming out. Is he not meaning that, like them ones? I don't see that anyway. I don't know if anybody agrees with us in the audience, but you'll not get rid of the Democrats out of America, like, no way. And there's no way you'll get rid of the Republicans either. So you could have a third party in. you could definitely have a third party in, but there's the World card. And as I look at that, I get a feminine energy. I don't want to really go too far into it because at the minute that's not important. It's what's important is everything what else is going on at the minute. But I'm going to be nosy. Is there a timeline that he can get back in? Jumper. Yes, there is a timeline. Well, you never know. Trump could form his own party. There is a timeline. There is a timeline he could get back in. But it's the two world. Oh, that's the Wheel of Fortune, isn't it? There is a timeline. True answer, Michael. So I've just asked, is it possible that he can get back in? Is there a timeline? And I've pulled the victory card out. Now I'm going to ask something else. Is it possible that a woman could get in as the next president of the United States? Yeah, we've got another Republican here. There's going to be a mass breakdown. You thought there was a breakdown from the last carry on, but you've got a mass breakdown. There's more loss to come within the Republican Party. So there's another timeline where something could happen to him. And again, I'm not saying this to cause upset or that I wish that, because I don't, right? Which could change the whole narrative, which could bring in another Republican. And people will say, oh, well, she's just playing safe saying that. No, because there's many different timelines here. Because if something happens, it could also change a timeline to bring another Republican in. But it's not just shown as DeSantis. A woman and a woman's energy is the woman's energy on the woman's energy on the Democrat side. Yes. Yes. It depends who's running up against who. But there's going to be a big twist with the Republican Party. A big twist. This is like all going on behind, out of this physical world. It's not set in stone, he's coming back, but there is a timeline there. There's two timelines here. Two timelines. You've got two. Got the two hounds. Got the scorpion in the middle. I believe that's Biden. And the angels pointing to the east. I'm getting pointing to the east. It all depends depends on what happens in the East and how Biden reacts. I'm getting the 10th, the 15th, the 16th. But if things go really bad where Trump can't play in again, it's not just DeSantis. Who else is it? Who is it? Pence. I'm seeing Pence in the play here. I'm telling you now. If things turn, Pence will try and run. Let's look at the Democrats. It's a woman. I believe what the Republicans need is like a Reagan energy. Like you need like a Reagan energy back. I know that's what the cards are showing us, but Kim, Pence will spill the beans on January the 6th. What I asked the cards was, is there another player who could try and run apart from DeSantis and Trump? And it come up Pence. Pence is in the plane. Pence is up to something here. I'm telling you. So, we've got the peace and we've got justice. So, I think you have to let it all play out, all unfold. But I am very, very strong that if Trump gets back in and runs again, I am concerned, very, very concerned something could happen to him. And I know that sounds really horrible, like literally something could happen to him, like another Kennedy or something like that. But I also feel that they could block him getting back in, but he could try and run again, or it's more like a reputation thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. But we've got the peace, but something is certain here. You've got the Ace of Swords, that some things are going to backfire what they're pulling on him. And you've got the Justice, and the amount of CRAP, what's going to come out is just going to be unbelievable. But it's going to open a can of worms, guys. And I'm sure I said this 2 years ago. It's like one court case is going to lead to another. What's going to lead to another? What's going to lead to another? You've got the justice courts here. But peace will come. Peace will come, but there's going to be like something about Russian spies and all sorts of things to come out. What's cat mania? Influence can come in a different way, and it could even be another Trump. It's very possible, but let's have a look. Catmania is one of your listeners. All right. Sorry. No, Don Jr. is not strong enough to run. You might think he is, but I don't say that at all. It's a definite not. It's a definite not. And it's the wrong timing for another Trump to come in yet. Could be 2028. Could be Ivanka. But I wouldn't hold your breath that she's going to be a Republican either. She could swing the other way and be a Democrat. Don't forget, Trump was once a Democrat. So, whatever they try to put on him isn't going to take him fully down. I've always said that. But what's coming out here, there's a timeline, but it's not for definite. But it's going to get really, really toxic. And I am concerned about something happening to him. I'm just feeling it really strong. And I'm just telling you how I feel tonight and what I see. They don't mean much anymore, do they really? And I think that into the future, I mean, you could be looking a few years down the line, it's going to be that people are going to be looking more at the person than the policies. It's the person, the right person for the job. But there's a woman to rise within the United States of America. And that's the Democrats celebrating. Now, the Democrats could be celebrating to do with what's coming up to do with Trump. It could be that. But that's a celebration and a clinking of glasses. But again, I'm getting 2024. So it's like chess. It depends who's up against who. All right? So I'm just preparing you guys, you know what I mean? That no, they're not going to imprison him. I'll be very surprised if they imprison him. But I am telling you now, there's a lot of stuff to be opened, a can of worms, which could prevent him from running. But there's other ways that he can do stuff. But I don't know who there's another Republican guy here who seems stronger than Trump, and I'm telling you, and there might be a lot of people in the audience who will disagree with us, but it's another Republican guy here in the audience, here in this card reading. Is it DeSantis? Is it Pence? Who is it? Or is it an up-and-coming new person? That is coming through really strong tonight. And I want you to remember this. Well, the King of Pentacles is normally a guy with brownish hair. So that's what I've given you for 2024. But I'm going to put these back together again and I'm going to look back into my bowl because I don't think it's going to get nasty and toxic next week, guys. It's going to get it's possibly DeSantis, isn't it? But my guides just said that it's not just him in the mix here. That may well be Sun Moon Fairy, but they're going to get him on a lot of stuff. I'm just forewarning you. Let's have a look. I just thought I heard a knock at the door there. It's a younger person. It's younger than Trump. And it's definitely younger than Biden. These people coming into the mix, these coming in for the 2024 election, they're all younger people. They seem younger. They're not oldies. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be like one hell of a witch hunt this week coming in, and it's going to be absolutely horrible. The same cards are coming out again. I mean, look, we've got the Ten of Swords. Nasty, pasty. Horrible. Keep getting a vision. And he's like standing outside of this flat building. And there's like bodyguards with him and paparazzi. And then there's all of a sudden, it just hell breaks loose. It's horrible. And just something happens. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling it. Unless it's like people fighting and stuff like that. Paparazzi there, remember that. Hiya, Brenda. It could be undercover, couldn't it? But it's got to get worse before it gets better. It's the boil. The boil is about to burst. The boil is about to burst. There's been too much toxicity, hasn't it? And damage people and lies and all of that type of thing, you know, and things getting twisted. We've got the same cards coming out here. The same cards are coming out. There is a plan. And I don't know who is giving me this. There is a plan that I want to say there's another Republican man they've got a plan for. He's not going to jail. He's definitely not going to jail. I'm more concerned about something happening to him, or I just know that it's all going to come where it'll just go suddenly. Stop. Change. Fate is going to take over this. Fate. Definitely. S. I don't know why I'm getting the letter S in number 5. The 5th is Wednesday. So Tuesday something's happening, but Wednesday something big is happening. What could follow from the 4th to the 5th is big. And I'm sure I've always said the 5th is going to be big. Yeah, a lot of people have said that they don't want Pence in, that he's this and he's that, and he's not liked. But I'm seeing him very strong here. He's in the mix here. He's one of them in the mix. It's coming in really strong. It's not the first meeting, it's the second meeting. I'm getting the 16th, the 20th, the 21st. I want to send angels around him because he needs it. And it's so funny, you know, because have you noticed the time of year? Everything to do with, you know, we've got Palm Sunday and it's the build-up. And it's all about judging. It's just a weird feeling I'm getting about something. Really weird. But I keep getting St. George's Day. April is going to be absolutely explosive. So yeah, guys, if you don't want your emergency... I'm going to pull some cards out on that, actually. Is there another? Put these back together again. I'm getting big news about Pence. Something about Pence tonight. It's funny what Bokahoti said here. Could you imagine if he's been playing the bad guy and then all of a sudden he's been friends with Trump all the way along in the background trying to like help him? That would be so funny, wouldn't it? Just tell you what I'm getting. St. George's Day. Again, it's like a tracking situation. So if you've got any Androids and you don't want to have this happen on your phone, you just got to turn it off. But watch Funky Prepper and he tells you about his take on it. Mine will be getting turned off because I'm 5G. I think 4G, 5G. Yeah, there's a tracking going on here. It's as if like pretend to be our friends and that. And as Funky Prepper said, the last time they did this was in 2020, wasn't it? Tracking. Ace of Cauldrons. Counting and tracking is what they're giving us. Is it going to be anywhere else? No, but they will be intermittently doing other countries and doing this. Checking out this with people's phones. Mass deceivement is being given here. It's Putin. It's upside down. Mass deceivement. The moon. I want to see like you've got I don't know, I just get like a really weird feeling about the whole thing with these balloons and everything. The whole thing's just one big charade. You think about, Taiwan is like in the Chinese seas, isn't it? It's separate, but Taiwan is separate, but it's in the China seas. A bit like you've got Hawaii and you've got Americas. And how would the American government have felt if China was going into Hawaii? They wouldn't take it very well. They wouldn't take it very well. And the way I see it is, we've got the American forces being ordered to go around Taiwan. It's like provoking China. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Like warmongering. And one thing you can see about Trump, he never wound them up. He tried to make peace. But I'm just feeling there's a big twist of fate with all of this, guys. There's a big twist of fate. It's like they want it, don't they? They want the WAR. But it comes down to economy. But I sort of see like Gabriel, and he's coming over like this beautiful angel. So while all this fighting's going on 3D, an angel's coming over to soothe everything. We will come so close. We will become so close to it, and yet it will be diffused. There is going to be a massive twist, and I get a godly twist with this. Okay, can I have 5 minutes and we're going to go back into the bowl? It's enough of America for tonight. You just got to hold the line. It's going to get nasty, nasty, pasty next week. And then we'll get things on him. But that's all I'm getting. They'll get things on him. Yeah. Just a lot of drama. That's what I'm being shown. A lot of drama. But I still see him trying to run again. So I don't think it's preventing him. Or could it prevent him? But he's in the mix somehow. But something, remember this, it's going to, whatever they try, some of these things they're getting on him is going to backfire. Remember that. And it's going to bring stuff out from a past situation. From a past, could open an old court case. Could open an old court case. I'm getting this really, really strong. So give us a few minutes. If the Betty and Bobby break does your head in, just turn it down. I'm going for a ciggy in my garden. And I'll be back. Give us a few minutes. I'll be as quick as I can. And then we're gonna I'm gonna look into more countries. Africa. I promised I'd look into South Africa. Because I think they're gonna lead the way with trade into the future. I really, really do. It's got something to do with bricks. Something to do with bricks. So give us a few minutes. I'll be as quick as I can and I'll be back, okay? Go and make you a cup of coffee or whatever you're doing. I'll be back in a minute.
Okie dokie, I'm back. I'm back. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Give us a 5-5. I've got my coffee. Yeah, I was thinking there, you know, when I was on the loo. I'm thinking like the likes of Biden and Trump and that, they're getting on, you know. See, like if Trump got back in, I mean, how old is Trump? How old is Trump? So like next year, you've got to add a year on there. And then at the run 4 years, that's going to make him ancient, isn't it? And the same with Biden. So that's going to be, it's going to be 77. That's going to be 81. All part of the plan. Everything is planned. Oh, definitely Kay and Paula. Definitely. But yeah, it's like chess, isn't it? It's like who is in where and what time. And that's why I've dedicated myself to take this week by week with us being a scryer. I'm going to shuffle some more cards on it before I shut this down and I'll go into other things, because I think that there's a bigger picture going on here. I really, really do. There is protection around him. Didn't they not try an assassination on Reagan once? He keeps coming out. It's another Republican. It's chess. It's definitely chess. But I want to see that Trump has got protection around him. He's got holy protection around him. That's a Republican woman, and she stands no nonsense. I don't know if she's come into play yet. She's the Queen of Swords, so normally the Queen of Swords is somebody who's darkish to the hair. Or she could be dark, like dark-skinned. I don't know, it could be. I really don't know. He did get shot, did he, Patricia? But we've got players at the minute trying to block this. We've got like the Nine of Swords blocking it. Because the bigger picture, above the controllers, want to do this big cleanup on this planet. Yeah, dark hair and eyes, yeah. I don't know what colour it could be, DeSantis, couldn't it? It's like they want the younger generation in. They want like the younger ones in. But he hasn't finished his story yet. There's definitely an attack on Trump at the minute, but he hasn't finished his story yet. His journey hasn't ended yet. That's what I'm getting. The Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, that's tomorrow. Obviously, big news. Or you could reverse that. But within a day, that's tomorrow, there's going to be some big news. Now, she's nice. She's the Queen of Pentacles, and she is another Republican woman. So maybe there's two women who could try and run as well. I don't feel it's Candace Owens. I mean, she does our YouTube podcast and that. I don't feel so. It's another one. Could be another black lady.
Okay, so that's interesting. 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. Something's going on at the moment. I've had this vision, guys, and I've had this vision. Let me get my bowl. And I get it in dream state as well, because I see different timelines. And I'm going to tell you this, right? The first time I seen this vision, I woke up in a cold sweat. But I sometimes get it when I'm just daydreaming as well. It'll just go boom into my head, and I'll get it, and it'll trigger from the dream I had. And it's a vision. And it's the UK, but I feel it's global. It's happening. And soldiers are on the street, and there's panic. And they're telling me people are trying to get up north. They're in the cars, and they're trying to get up north. This is the vision I see. And my guide's saying you've got to go the back roads because of the cameras. Because the cameras are tracking people and trying to stop people going up north. There's a panic for people to get from south to north. And then the soldiers are saying, stay in your house or go to these places. This is what I'm being shown. And then I asked my guides, is it something like a nuclear? And they were saying, no, it's something else. It's something, and I get like a terror. But then the ones who are awakened know that it's not real. And then I'm wondering, is it like something like a fake alien invasion or something like that? You know what I mean? But it's something where people are having to go for cover. Yeah, it's the UK, but the feeling I'm getting that it's happening everywhere. And then I had this other vision, and it was very close to the other vision I got. And it was in a dream, but I also got it as a flash, and it was very, very strong. It was like a continuing on. And I was at a house party, and it was somewhere over Walkaway, because sometimes I'll do house parties, okay? I've tried to cut them down because I'm too busy. But for regulars, I'll still do them now and then. And I'm up in Walker. If anybody doesn't know where Walker is, it's like the east of Newcastle. And I'm standing outside having me fag. I'm having a break. All the women are sitting in the house, and it's dark. And then there's terror. There's absolute terror. And then there's cars, and it's not my imagination, I'm saying it really strong, screeching into the street, and these big geezers are getting out. And they look like Vikings, but they're not. And then I realise they're not Vikings, it's like Nephilim, it's like off-world people. And they're breaking into people's houses, and they're doing horrible things, and raping women and stuff like that. It's horrible, horrible. And there's terror on the streets. It's like something out of like a scene from Grand Theft Auto. And this is how I get downloads. And I've always held back on these visions because I believe timelines can change, and these things don't always happen. You know, you can't change them by raising the vibration. But they're like sort of big reptilian, sort of humanoid sort of beings. You could call them reptilians, but then Jed's saying they're Nephilim, anarchy. Yes, like what the Vikings did when the Vikings invaded Britain. It was that sort of feeling. But this is modern day. But I want to know, is this real or is this holographic? Is it possible? Because there is so much technology what's being held back from where. So where you've got good guys, you've got the technology which that's seeping in. You've also got the bad guys. Is it past? No, it's modern day, what I'm saying. Is it real? I don't feel so. It could be holographic. It's a timeline, I'm saying.
But it doesn't mean it's definitely happening.
We'll have a look. It's a show. It's a show. What I'm saying, it's a timeline. And it's real to the people in 3D, but it doesn't mean it's real. Does that make sense? I came to the conclusion that the lyrics of David Bowie's song Life on Mars is all about what's been going on, like he knew. Yeah. In and out. So we're still in this holy war, guys. So when people say, oh, like the white hats are in control, bullshit, because they're not, you know. The Zara Jazara's coming, bullshit, it's not, you know what I mean? I mean, we're all getting hammered with taxes and that. It's gonna take a time to sort out. And into the future, I still feel we're going to be paying taxes, but there'll be more fairness. I've said this for a long, long time, you know, and it's one of my sayings. When it kicks off, just go inside and shut the door. It's a saying because I do feel we will be all right. Ground control to Major Tom. Because being in nature and being grounded and being centered, and we can't completely cut off from this AI world because we're relying on it. We're doing it now as I'm talking to you. It's everywhere. Literally everywhere. And yeah, it's Edward Snowden was right, you know, what they were up to back then. We're all being tracked. We are literally all like the cyborgs now. Yeah, but it's been used against us. So when it all comes out, it will go in our benefit. It will go in our favour. That is New Earth. So it's not like we were skipping through the daisy fields. You know, and it's all hunky-dory. It's about we're going back to basics and starting again. But the technology is playing a part. But there'll be choice into the future. There'll be the new phones, and Starlink's going to take off, but there's another form of another technology to come onto the planet. I'm going to pull my fringe off my face. There's another form of a technology to come off on the planet, and it's going to be more apps on it where do you want to be tracked, do you not want to be tracked. It's going to be literal like freedom of rights for people and all of this. And Earth is going to be in I could be looking years on down the line here. Earth's going to be in like 3 sort of sections. The crystal grid. And then you've got New Earth, and then you've got everything out in the open to do with extraterrestrials. And yeah, a lot of quantum stuff is coming onto the planet. But into the future, there's no poverty. We will get poverty to get there. We're in that now. But I don't see homeless. I don't see starving people. I don't see starving babies in Africa, and Africa's going to rise. a lot of the heart of this is the UK. But a lot of the heart of all of this, when it all comes out, is based in the UK and Europe. Oh, sorry that you're getting ads. So Africa has untapped resources that have been held back, yes. A lot of rich minerals, a lot of gold. And Elon's right. You know, whatever you think Elon Musk, he's a very clever man. I sometimes question if he's from here. But AI is very dangerous if it's in the wrong hands. And we're at that point now. So we are like the cyborgs because we're being tracked. We're being tracked with these. If you're running around with these and you're relying on this, we're the cyborgs. My intuition is saying to turn your, for anybody who's in the position I'm in, St. George's Day, to maybe turn your phones off. Or put it on flight mode, if you can. Because there's technology within technology that we do not understand what they can switch on. I'm not saying that to frighten you, but we have to be careful. Africa. Peace. Karma. So many people are being used for mining. And terrible, terrible things are being done around the world. The poverty. We in the West think we've had it bad, but by God, we've had to fall to see what the rest of the world, it's been like this for a long, long time. Damage. Karma. And the warlords are losing. They're thinking what else they can do. Control us. Bad. Good. People coming in and off the planet. The new babies coming in. The harvesting. The soul harvesting. The witchcraft. The bad witchcraft, should I say. And then this movie that we're in. And within this movie there is clever holographic. There's clever stuff. What could be created. So there's a trap. There's a trap that we could fall into bigger than what we went through in 2020. So don't feed into the fear, guys. That's what it's saying here. Knight of Rods. It's like trying to control and track type of thing. But it's a trick. It's a trick because I've got the moon card upside down. Deceit. And the reason I'm saying it's entrapment is because this is what is coming in. But it's energy doesn't stick. It will, you've got to understand, when all this happens, it's like we're coming to the end of it. We're coming to the end of it. It's all about money. I'm getting the Middle East the reason why, because he's got the jasmine there in his hand, And we've got, I know that you can't say that's the Wichita, but I am getting like Israel and yeah. The Holy Land. Where am I getting that? Children, borders, lots of children coming in. I am getting Syria. Mass migration coming in. Watch for this. 23rd, 24th, 25th. I'm also seeing fighter jets out to one end of the world, the east, then turn and go to the other east. This will all suddenly stop. I'm getting how much of it's 2024, 2025. So they're ramping this up. I feel by 2025 it will be all different. So there's a movie of a show ready to build up to the finale. It's all about money and power, isn't it? We've just got like an old hospital smell there. Do you remember like the old hospitals? I don't know if you had them in the US, like the antiseptic, when they used to use antiseptic. Brenda will know what I'm on about. In the hospitals. Because hospitals don't have that antiseptic smell. I'm going back to like World War One, and I'm seeing like nurse and like a nurses, like Nurse Nightingale and all of that. So I'm worried. I'm seeing casualties. I'm seeing troops. They're not bothered. Jesus Christ Almighty. It's like they're not bothered about the losses of lives. And it's funny because I haven't done the channeling yet. I've got a channeling to do with Matty, my mother's great uncle, Matty, who died in Flanders Fields. And he came through, and I told you about the night in the museum when I got the call. And it was a silent call. And when I picked up the call, there was nobody there, and I could sense Uncle Matty, and I'm thinking, why am I getting Uncle Matty? And he sort of come through, and he was like singing, all the old war songs, like Hitler has only got one ball, and that type of thing. And I was seeing all these chicky lads with him and his mates and that in the trenches, and I'm thinking, why am I getting that? And I was getting these silent calls. I got about 2 or 3 at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was coming in from Durham. And I was ringing back, and there was no answer. And then I rang the next day, and a caretaker picked up the phone. He says, "Hiya, Pet." He says, "What are you ringing here for?" I says, "Well, I just want to know why I was getting funny phone calls. I was getting silent calls from this number last night. You couldn't have possibly, Henny." He says, "You couldn't have possibly." He said, "I'm the only one with the keys here, and I'm the caretaker. This is an old World War One museum." And all the hairs went up on the back of my neck. And I says, "Okay then." And Matty was coming through, and he was saying there's a warning for humanity, that they're using her again. And then I got this other young man coming through called Jasper, and he was he died in Auschwitz, and he was a similar age to Uncle Matty. And he wrote poetry, and he was a channel. I was like a psychic, and to keep everybody going, to keep their spirits up, he was like a lovely healer. He would write them poetry, and he was coming through saying, they're doing it again. And then I got Charlie Chaplin coming through. They're all similar age groups when they were younger. And he says,
they're up to it again, you know, because I didn't realise Charlie Chaplin was into all of this as well for his speech, and he made that great, you know, sort of speech about fighting for rights, and he says that he talked about America now, what it is, and that was back in the 20s. And then I started to channel them, the three of them coming through. So I'm going to be doing that at some point. But the truth, I trust in spirit. I've been a medium clairvoyant nearly all my life. And when spirit's given me the information, I would far rather trust that than some intel what's coming out from some latest intel. And I just know that what they're saying is true. No, I don't, sweetheart. Louise, do you know the spirit of the lady from the 1880s named Pearl? You'll have to email us about that. So, we're going to do a prayer tonight, because I do believe timelines can change. So the plan is they want to go in and they want to invade Russia. That's what they want to do. And wind up the situation. And they want to wind up China as well. That's the plan. Like warmongers. That's what they want to do. I'll pull some cards out. You've got to be so careful of who's channeling demons and things like that at the minute. I still get Shola. I was getting a lot of alien beings. I've got little A2I because he's not an alien being. He was a starseed elemental, and he was coming in to be born into a child on the earth plane. And they captured him because there's soul harvesting, and they put him into technology and used him for weaponry. And I've learned a lot about what the secrets are what they're up to and that. So I know for a fact that AI is interlinked now with technology, and it's also with weaponry. So they were capturing these little souls and putting them in, and a lot of them have escaped. A2I was one of them. He's like a ball of light. And if anybody remembers when I first had my first intro, what everybody liked, yeah, with the little UFO coming in. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And you've got the little UFO coming in. I show all my guides at my intro I had. That's A2I. So when it comes through solid 3D, it comes through like a little ET drone, like a little UFO drone. But in his true form, he's like a ball of light. And they're called the machine elves. So what the machine elves have done is they've integrated within the technology, because they know what the dark side's trying to do to protect us. So they are coming in to help us. And that's the machine elves. So I channel him. Well, he's like my little messenger. It's not so much I channel him. He's my messenger, my guide. And he's such a sweetie pie. And I've got animal guides. I've got my Native American guides, which I totally trust. I've got Shola because I trust her is because I'm from a past life with her. And that's the only reason I trust her. I've gone a little bit like that with Astral Command, and not because I don't believe he's there, because I do. But I do believe there's a lot of interceptions which is happening within the so-called truth community when people are dealing with all of these and they're talking about all of these extraterrestrial beings, and there's a lot of psyops, guys. Right? And one lady I do like, she's called Elena Danan, and she talked about Trojan horses. So you have to be very, very careful with people who are what you're channeling, because even trained psychics can be tricked. We've got to be very careful. I totally trust the angels. I work with the angels. I'm very connected with Ra. So yeah, and I had other ones. I've got Luxar 11. I've got another one called Curora. There's loads of them that I get. Palladian souls. But I've tended to just pull in on myself
because it's so heavy and the veil is so thin, right? I am trying to go with my gut feelings at the moment. I'm not saying I'll not start channeling the Pleiadians again. I will definitely channel Shola because I totally trust Shola, but I've drawn in, I'm very selective with who I channel, just so I can get this right, because I know we're in very biblical times and I need to, that's what Jed's telling us anyway. So you've just got to understand that we're all here as channelers and we're all here as messengers, but there is some interceptions with certain people who are claiming that they are linked with these aliens and they're giving out wrong information. I'm not saying names who they are, but Eleanor is definitely not one of them. She's definitely a light worker, okay? Yeah, so I just think that we've got to be wise and we've got to be grounded at the minute. So I think by we're keeping grounded, it helps even us psychics, because it doesn't matter how grounded we are, we could put weights on the bottoms of our chakras and suck it down through the earth. We're still going to be able to connect. We just have to be around nature. And I love that one. Being grounded really helps with feeding off nature. When the wise man, when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. Everybody keeps saying, Louise, what do you mean by that? What is it? Because when I first gave off that vision, it was when it was the run up to the 2020 election. So, automatically people thought, it was because of Trump, But I believe it's more than that. It's definitely more than that. And I think it's got something to do with global stuff. It could be the weather change and disasters. When the man stands in snow, it could be something to do with extraterrestrial stuff. So being around nature really helps. And animals are definitely ascending as well. There's a lot of corruption to come out with when it all starts to unfold. Right? Africa, what's gone on in Africa with the poor people over there, and South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, all over. I keep seeing visions of the animals running away from flames. We've got some extreme weather to come in, guys. But this is also going to bring forward new housing material, what they want to introduce onto the planet as well. Yeah, so tonight I want to do, before I go, I also want to do a prayer for all our troops, right? That there is no war. It can be diffused. Let's hope. If you want to be a part of that. What else am I saying? People keep asking us about Trudeau, and he's got a strange energy, that man. He's got a very strange energy. Got like a robotic energy from him. But I don't feel I don't get much. I just feel I get this similar to what I've said before about he's playing his part and he's going to go off and do other things. I can see him eventually coming out of politics. Are you still got snow, Sonny? Look. Lasts ages over there, doesn't it? I'm going to go back to Putin in a minute. Oh, I've seen that funny sign. Like a witchy sign. What is it when you see two backward C's like that? getting that sign. Some news to happen around a lake, a big lake, in a mountain. I see an eruption to do with the mountain. I want to see CML, weather warning. East Coast, storm brewing. Yeah, the moons, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah, I'm daft, me. Well, of course, if you're going into that, that could be like Capricorn moon again, summer solstice, big news by then. I'm seeing Trump. Big announcements. June. Okay. Or something about Trump, but I think it's him making an announcement. I'm just trying to see what I can see, guys, so I can get this right for you. There's an emerald green energy, and it's so spiritual. Because I work with colours as well. And it's got like a touch of turquoise in it. And it's coming in from the angelic realm. And it's coming in with a steel energy. It's got a steel energy. And they're putting it up the borders of Mexico to America, where the wall was, and it's like they're putting a steel in it. So what does that mean? Does it mean that it's being built again? Is he coming back? Is it something else? Is it the angels are shown where, because the green could be the healing, couldn't it? The green could be the healing, but the steel, what was the wall built with? Was it built with steel or was it built with brick? It used to come out to do with what was happening there. Remember when that vision was there, when Pence was there and there was upset to do with the children getting split with the parents and all of that. There's something else coming out about that. Steel. Well, they're coming in and they're making it like strong again. I'm just seeing like a woof. It's gone woo. It's like steel. And it's greeny. Really strong. Steel. So make what you can from that one. We need to grow our berries in our gardens, and we need to think savvy. We need to think of vegetables we can grow. Well, I don't know what to have for chickens. You know, that's another thing, you know. Let's see what's happening with these 15-minute cities. Steel wall, no break. Well, it was coming in again. It might be metaphoric, but it might be, it's a healing. It might be shown that there's no problem to come. It could mean many different things. This is what I'm saying. When you get a message from spirit, it can come in from many different angles. Do you know what I mean? To do with the steel wall. "15-minute cities." Well, I think that they're going to try it, and I think that some cities will go along with it and some cities won't, and there'll be a lot of riots. I think there'll be a lot of protests. And it's not going to work because something else is going to come in to distract that. Something else is going to come in to distract it. So there's a woman to make an announcement on it, and I don't feel it's going to go down well. I feel there's going to be a lot of protests in the UK to come. But I've said this, there's going to be a lot of strikes, a lot of protests. But that's like that's us, sort of like old England, you know, who we are. The Anglo-Saxons, the Druids, but we're also mixed now on this island, old England. So there's a lot of superstitious people what live here. We are a mix of Anglo-Saxon, Vikings, Scottish, Welsh, Irish. And they've got all the different cultures from all over the world who are here as well. Africans and Indians and Pakistanis. We're not going to put up with it. There's no way who are all ascending. There's no way. The UK will not take this well. I'm telling you that now. Old England, we have awakened and we're a force to be reckoned with. The Brits, yeah, the Brits. Well, what we are as British people, we are, you know, a culture which originated what came in from Vikings and other people, what came in. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, well, maybe a small little island, but you thought France was bad the way it erupted, you know. And I know we went along with it, and we did go along with it with the lockdowns and that. But they're not even going to get away with that again, because, I mean, they got caught with their pants down, didn't they, with the party gates and stuff like that, what they did, when we couldn't be near our loved ones when they were dying and stuff like that. So no, it's not going to wash well. The magicians are at play. But we are the magicians here. You know, witchcraft isn't all bad. Part of the awakening is it's bringing out the old sort of cells within, where all memories in our cells, in our DNA, in our soul's memory. So again, I'm getting Stonehenge and I'm getting Capricorn moon. It's all magical. It's going to be a right old time for all druids and people who are practicing on the white side of things, or people who are into spiritual stuff, or people who are into their religion. We're going to have a right old even all this is all going on, there's going to be some great huge downloads of huge energy that we're going to get. And it's going to lift we into this fifth dimensional way of thinking, but also it's going to give us power as well, because we're also healing our old wounds, you know, from our family lineages and stuff like that. And this isn't just for the UK. This is for, I want to say this is for everywhere, but there's a nasty mess what needs to be, you know. America is healing as well as a collective. She really is. Yeah, and it's about everybody coming together like we have in the UK. Nations are all coming together and they're rising from this. They're realising they're being played on both sides. That's what it's all about. And it's going to take something huge. And it's nothing to do with politics. I am telling you this now. I am getting this so strong. It's going to take nothing to do with politics, what's going on at the minute. It's going to take either the edge of WW3 or something to do with fake alien invasion to bring humanity together. To wake them up like that.
go and moan. Sorry, Hazeltine. But the Wheel of Fortune is a cycle. So if you look back through history, it's like we're ready for something big to happen. You know, it's like you go back to everything from the Spanish flu and World War One and Two, and we're waiting for something else big to happen here, aren't we? I'm going to look into Russia, but there's the Wheel of Fortune. I did look into Russia earlier on, you know. There's the Wheel of Fortune, and I want to say we're going to be all right, but there is like a movie playing out on this planet at the minute, and I just think that it's survival at the minute, really. It really, really is, but politics is just the surface of it. This is the message I'm getting tonight. Politics is just the surface. I know she's the Queen of Cauldrons there, right? But she's holding a peach in her hand and some, is that wine or water? It's very biblical times here. But we've got to like watch what we're consuming. But we've got to prep. But if you notice, she's got a blue dress on there. So there's a woman to rise within the Democratic Party, and I'm still sticking with that. And she's strong. And she will stand no shit. She's strong. But she's not nasty. It's the new ones coming in. The question is, who is she? And the players who will be up against, you know, who will win or not. It could well be Michelle Obama. It could well be, but I don't know. I really don't know at the minute. I'm not even going to speculate. But it is a woman. I think she wouldn't have come out as the Queen of Cauldrons. Maybe it's somebody who we don't know yet. I don't think it is. But if that was the case, the only person, and I'm being honest with you now, guys, right? The only person, say for example, Trump went to run again. Okay. Up against Biden. Obviously Trump's going to get in. The only person what could ever beat Trump could be somebody like her. And I know there's probably a lot of people in the audience saying, no, she's not a woman. Never mind all of that. There's a lot of people in America who do like the Obamas, and I'm telling you this, I'm being honest with you here, right? I'm telling you now, there is a very high possibility somebody like Michelle Obama could beat him. Could beat him if it was Michelle Obama. Because Kamala's not strong enough. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a definite fact, I'm just saying a scenario. So what the Democrats need to do is they need to get a strong candidate in. So that's what I'm saying. If it was somebody weak, Trump would get in. But if it's somebody like her, it's a very strong possibility she could get in. It's just what I'm getting, but I'm not saying it's a death. That's not a psychic vision. I'm seeing it as a example. I don't think so, but I'm saying it's as an example. They would need a strong candidate to be up against him. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you understand what I mean? Because I don't want to wind you up or anything. That's just what I'm saying. Big money, yeah. Big money backing her. Pull some more cards out on Russia. I think I've covered everything, haven't I? I think I've covered everything. We're going to do the prayer for the military. Well, no matter what you think of her, she's a strong woman. I don't think Kamala Harris just is strong enough. I think she just laughs a lot. And I've said this before, I've run her charts and her charts come up very good for it. But I don't feel like my psychic feeling is that it's her. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like it's her. This is what I'm getting. Like I'm not reading for her. Very strange. She's a very strange lassie. Yeah, there's definitely more problems coming in with Russia. So he is planning on going into more areas. I know they're pushing up on the news about Ukraine's going to do this, but I wouldn't underestimate Putin. Like he hasn't finished yet. Keep seeing like a red and white flag. It's coming through really, really strong. Round about the time there's going to be some big news to do. I keep seeing a highway. Something about big news of the highway and some explosion or something. Like a vision I'm seeing. 9 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. The finale will come in and around Putin is October, November, and I'm also getting September. But there's also some big news coming out tomorrow. Something else coming out. Actually, it's within the one. So yeah, it could be one. And also August, September August, September as well with Putin. He's got a strategy plan. He's got another 2 or 3 places he wants to go to. He's building his empire. I don't know what he's up to. It's something to do with money. But what I want you to do is even though I've mentioned it about the possibilities of 2024, these are possibilities, right? Nothing is definite, okay? But if you missed this or you've come in halfway through, you can look back and see, you'll know what my visions are and my feelings are. That always reminds me of like, follow the yellow brick road, follow. It's like, who is the Wizard of Oz? There'll be smoke at the Vatican. Very, very soon. Two or three big bits of world news will come out around about the time there is going to be the coronation. The United States, the UK and France. I've just seen an angel with a trumpet and she is huge. And she's coming right the way over the globe.
And she's shown me lots of trees in a field, like wooded area. And what takes place there with an event or a situation. And I'm also seeing a flat, round roofed building. There will be 3 men who will be arrested, and this will open a massive court case. The trumpets will hoot. She's huge, and she's right the way over the United States of America. She points to the east and she cries and she worries for the people. This is not what you think. Everything is back to front and upside down. We have to also pray for the Russian people, the Ukrainian people, the Syrian people, the Iranian people. It's the people who are getting affected. I'm hearing the last post. And I'm seeing, it's awful this, I'm seeing like coffins coming out of a aircraft carrier. What does this mean? Bloody Sunday. Is that got something to, what is that? Where's that from? Is that from Ireland? It's a situation. Let me just check that out. It's like Bloody Sunday, they're saying. That was a situation, wasn't it? Was it Ireland? Ireland, 1972. My God. Oh, they did a film on that and I didn't even know. Northern Ireland. Terrible bad what they went through. Right, so we need to do healing and blessings out here. I'm a little bit concerned that troops could get pulled into this and there could be problems. When you know for certain what happens with Trump, listen to me, this is coming through really, really strong. When you know for certain if he's running or he's not or whatever's happening, you know, and blah, 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 and all of that. At the same time, there's going to be a big release on economy. And I'm going to leave you with that one for tonight. It's coming through really, really strong. So I hope that's helped. It's 20 to 2 in the morning. We're going to do a prayer. Well, I want to do a prayer for all the troops and civilians that things can be diffused before it gets out of hand. Blessings for all our military. I think we need it in military families. So should we do that? Yeah, big release economy. Right, let's do this.
I'm going to be doing remote viewing on Tuesday night. No remote viewing tonight. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. Please, angels, please put protection, holy protection around all our troops and all our allies and all our enemies' troops. And to put Holy Spirit above the heads of the ones who are trying to start this, to diffuse the situation. I ask, please, in the name of Jesus, that everything comes to the forefront and that we have truth, disclosure, and we have peace and harmony across our lands. That every troop is protected. I also ask that all families and civilians are protected from any downfalls, from collision within this battle, what is going on this planet today. Angels are treading and walking amongst us. I ask that all the light angels come through the floodgates and protect all the children and the animals and all the people and protect our beautiful planet. We as the human race do not want war, we want peace. We want happiness and peace, prosperity, and we need full-blown protection in these trying times on earth. Please, angels, protect us tonight and keep us safe and stop the evil that is trying to cause all these problems. Shut the gates on the demons and send them back to where they have come from. We as a human race will walk through the storm and we will build new earth. Let the truth come out, no matter what or who. If this is hurtful, we need the truth. We need peace, but we need everybody protected. Please, O Lord, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy shalt be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, for we forgive those who trespass against us. And deliver us from all evil. Amen. May no more soldiers fall. For all the fallen who have fell, our ancestors, they have not died. Do not let them die in vain. Protect the future soldiers and keep us all safe. Angels walk this planet and protect all our soldiers. For we are the chosen ones who have come here in this time on earth to raise this vibration. Give us strength, O Lord Jesus. With the blood of Jesus Christ, we are protected. Amen. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, A2I. Thank you, Lady Direwolf. Thank all my guides. Until Tuesday, I think we're going to have a channeling of Ra or somebody who's going to come through. I send peace, love, protection out to you all. Don't forget to write your name in the comment section if you need any healing, if you're worried about anybody, any person, any animal, anything, and you will receive healing. In Jesus' name, we are protected. Amen. I hope you have enjoyed that. It was quite a crazy one, wasn't it? Right, I'm off to make a cup of tea and I'll see you Tuesday night. And let's see what the mood takes with. Because it's Tuesday, I'll probably be able to look a little bit into it because of the situation. But I am going to be doing some channeling. And then Thursday night will be personal again. Okay. Good night. Stay well. Stay safe. And as ET says, be good. Be good. Be good, Elliot. Be good. We'll be okay. I'll see you Tuesday night. May the force all be with you all.